phones today, but I did get an email from her saying something about she was gonna have him show up now on February 5th. That deals with council, but I thought we had more to talk with you guys about before we went to council. I mean, that's up to you guys, but she said they took care of the funding before, but we'd have to go through them to see if they were gonna take care of the funding or I was, but we can talk to the commissioners. If that's on the 5th, we can talk to the commissioners on the 4th.
What would we have to, we don't really have to approve that though, do we?
Okay.
I guess my question is how, I feel for you, because when I was in charge of EMS, I ran into the same thing. We weren't in the hospital, so they always forgot us when they made those decisions like that. Is that what happened here? When we did this whole county-wide phone thing, did you guys just get missed?
Butch knew about the entire thing. He must have been here at that time, and he knew the
Well,
whole...
he's been here forever. So.
Yeah, he knew the whole entire history, and that's why I wanted him to come down here to talk to you guys in case you had any questions. He would be able to answer my...
No, it isn't so much that as I just don't understand when we modernized, I can't think of a better word for it, a couple of years ago here, I just, you know, we didn't obviously think of every department. So I apologize for that because it all should have been done. This should have been done 2-3 years ago, so, okay.
Okay, and I'm not sure where else to go with that. Butch isn't here, so there's nothing I can really, you know, give to you guys outside of she was going to bring him in. She knows him extremely well. I think she knew everything that had happened back then even.
What I'm guessing you're talking about is there's a cost involved to bringing you up to standards with the rest of the county
I think it was like $2,400 or
That's
something.
what I was thinking, somewhere in that area. And so it's up to us to give you a favorable or unfavorable pass to the council. Is that right?
Well,
Yes.
and the last meeting that we had,
Okay.
Commissioner Rethlake gave me
Okay.
this. The commissioners will review the information and see where to fund the project.
So
From.
what do we,
This is something else. I'm just
oh,
trying to,
this is the
Okay.
road.
I was just trying to move on.
Oh, I'm not really holding you to the 3 minutes. I just
Yeah, you
made
had
that
that
part
much, I
up.
saw ya.
No, I think we need to finish up with the phones. We need to. So basically, that's what I remember is when the county modernized, you guys were not in the loop. Perhaps, you know, what about community corrections? Are they in the loop? What about?
Well, the other one was our next door neighbor out there.
Yeah.
But,
Solid waste.
But I told George,
that's
or not
completely-
George, Butch at the time, I said they're on their own. I'm not.
They
part of
really
their
are.
building.
They really are. They're sort of that's solid waste is not a county function. It's
Yeah.
just quasi. Okay, and but before we, I guess, before we make a commitment, we need to find out if there's anybody else out there who hasn't been brought up to date. And I don't know. You know, I don't know if Community Corrections has the newest system.
I'm not sure.
There again, they have their own funding mechanism, so it becomes a little complex.
And solid waste, what they wanted, I'm sure that they can have something less, but what they wanted, I think it had a couple of satellite phones or something in there, and it was going to be like $4,200 or something.
Well, of course, they're terribly expensive.
And that's why I thought he needs to come down and explain his own.
No, he would have to bring that up to the solid waste board.
Oh, okay.
To the board.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, that our relationship with solid waste is that we collect, the county collects the money for them to operate on, and then the solid waste board, yes, I grant you, the board is made up of 3 commissioners, but also of a mayor and a county councilman and somebody from South Whitley and somebody from Cherubusco. So it's really, we the county do not spend money for solid waste, so
Okay.
that'd be theirs. But I just want to make sure that have we missed anybody else? And if
Yeah, I don't know exactly who would know other than
Butch.
Jen seemed to know, but Butch definitely would know.
Butch would know. So
But I don't think that the funding would come from the commissioners anyway.
well, it would
Our
not.
budget.
The only thing I can see us doing is saying he's deserving. We pass it to the council with a favorable,
Right.
That's all I can see us
And
doing.
council paid it out of, and I don't know.
Q cap, I'm sure.
Okay, it was in my email.
I don't think there's any doubt. I mean,
Okay.
I'm sure it was, unless it was rainy day, it was Q cap, so.
And if they won't, I'll offer to dig it out of ours somewhere, you know, but.
You know, they may ask,
We need
they may
to
ask you
upgrade.
for 50% of it.
Yeah.
They did that on a sheriff project.
Yeah.
They asked the sheriff to come up with 50%.
Yeah.
But that's between you and them. We really don't,
All we can do is approve you going to the council, whether
if
give
you
you
wanna do
our,
that on February
Yeah.
4th,
our approval.
so be
Okay.
it. I mean, that's.
Do we wanna, to make a motion to that effect?
I would make a motion that the commissioners send the $2,400 request for upgrading the telephone system to the county council for their, with a favorable pass to the county council. And let them
Okay.
find money.
Got a motion, I got a second. Discussion? All those in favor, raise your right hand. Opposed, the same.
Okay, thank you very much. This paper, again, I'll try to get through it quickly here. This, there's two sheets, page 1, page 2.
Okay.
This is, hoping you can see, it's the, what we would call the east-west county line. You can see Whitley County, you can see Allen County there, you see Liberty Mills Road and 900 South. On this page, it's showing if you're on Liberty Mills and you look to the right, you have 1,500 feet of clear distance there.
Okay. Okay, gotcha.
And that's 23 seconds at 45 mile an hour of time that you would have to make a turn to the left before somebody would get to you.
Okay.
So where they're calling this a safety project, that's certainly not a problem right there. Going the other direction, there's 750 feet coming from the south headed north. If you were going to turn right, and that's 11 full seconds there. Again, should not be considered a safety problem. Now, what I did on page 2, I broke it down just a little bit more, just to be fair. Now you can see at 900 South there, just to the left of that, I show 180 feet. That's only 3 seconds. Now that's our problem. That's if we had somebody pull up there to the county line and turn left, turn to go to the north. Somebody from back here can pop up there in 3 seconds. We've not had any accident history there where it was the fault of the roadway. So
Can I just
Yeah.
interject that Dan Weigel is going to put the numbers together for us
Right,
at that area, but I told him it was not drop what you're doing and get it done. It was work it in when you can, and he thought it would probably be a couple of weeks
Yeah.
before he could do that.
I think what a lot of people do when they make this
I want
turn,
my own numbers.
they stay over here in the west lane, because you can see a car here. You can see for 1,320 feet or 19 seconds at 45 mile an hour. This lane is open, so I think these people make the left turn, kind of stay in this lane, and then slide over into that east slot and then keep going. I think that's probably what happens.
Michael, how can you? I really am missing something right here. It's in this section.
Might be at page 2.
Yeah, but I'm like 180 feet where? To Liberty Center?
Yeah, Liberty Mills.
Or Liberty Mills, I'm sorry. Liberty Mills and
Between the two roads, 900 South and Liberty Mills.
can you see, if you're sitting here, can you see a car here?
Yes.
So why would you pull out if you saw a car there pull out? These are rhetorical questions,
Yeah.
not like directed at you.
You wouldn't there. But there's a hill right there going back.
I understand, but to me, by your own drawing, you would have 750 feet plus 180 feet, almost 1,000 feet from here to this point.
Well,
So I gotta be missing.
this goes downhill and comes back up, and this ends up at the top of the hill here.
All right.
So you would have no sight distance in here, and this point for this car.
Oh,
what you have is he's
oh.
gonna appear
Yeah,
back
okay,
here,
okay.
and
Yep.
from there where you would see
I
him, you
gotcha.
have 3 seconds. Okay.
So the problem's really more ours than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even on page 2 here now, going to the right, you see 450 feet.
Yep.
That's for a car. If you're sitting up here at the intersection with a truck or an SUV, you can see like on page 1, that full 1,500 feet.
I'm with you.
But we decided, okay, what if it was a car? And so a car can clearly see, without loss, I mean fully, a car coming at 450 feet. Then for 350 feet or 5 seconds, you're going to lose that. The car would lose another car in a little dip. But then for 700 feet, he's right back. The car can see it again. So a car's going to see another car for 450 feet, lose it for 350, see it for 700. But a truck or an SUV is going to see the full distance. So I don't think there's, I wouldn't spend $2.1 million for a safety project there.
If we're gonna do a study, accident study, I'll know a lot more after I see the accident study.
Yeah.
So.
Anyway, I just like to show you that to you. I was going to send that over to
Thank you.
Hartman and to their commissioners, just so they'll have a copy of the same thing we do. And
Have you talked to Hartman?
no, I'm sure he was off yesterday, but I'll send it to him this afternoon.
I guess really, we're still up in the air about all of this, aren't we? I mean, there's been no recommendation from the
It
commissioners.
sounded to
after our
me
meeting.
like we pretty much, I think, let them know that we really did want to do the intersection project. And it sounded like, I mean, Linda was completely thrown off. She thought we wanted to, but that was what the consultant was telling them.
She thought we were pushing.
And it
the
wasn't
project,
us, it was
yeah.
the consultant, so,
And my understanding was that we wouldn't do anything till we had a clearer picture of how many accidents were really there, because
Right.
their numbers sure didn't equate with our numbers, and so.
well, and again, that's where Bill was saying there's sight distance problems, but there aren't sight distance problems when you actually see. We went out and measured this and used a device to do it. We didn't just guess it. We used a device in the truck to get an accurate measurement. So those are accurate measurements, and those are seconds based on 45 mile an hour, which is the speed limit.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Michael.
All right.
By the way, Brandon had that up on the.
Pulled that up, so
I
you
know,
can see
that's
that the
it.
top of the hill here is where a void comes in. And this contour here where someone would be stopped is 842. And down here where someone would be stopped, you'd be about 837, so it's 5 foot lower at our junction. And like he's saying, the top of the hill is here, and that's why there's only that 180 feet of sight distance to the south from our side. But when they pull up here, they're at the top of the hill almost.
Yeah, 842 versus 837, okay, that's cool, thank you.